now. Welcome to this very short and brief discussion on the concept of purpose and destiny. It's a pleasure to have you join us, and I'm very, very sure that everyone will learn something amazing out of this discussion. It's going to be interactive. I'm not going to be the only one speaking. And I would like to encourage everyone, if you have any question, just go to the chat room, and type in your question there, or you could indicate by raising your virtual hand, and then we'll recognize you to ask your question or make your contribution. We're looking at concept of purpose and destiny. We want to know the difference, and then how to find our purpose and fulfill our destiny. So it's going to be interactive. I would like by starting, what do we mean by purpose and what do we mean by destiny? What is purpose and what is destiny? Who is going to help us? Purpose, what do we understand by purpose and what do we understand by destiny? You can respond by talking or by typing. And if you are just joining us, please go to the chat room. There's a form there. Help us fill out the information on that form. Who is starting? I'm waiting. What's purpose? What's destiny? Who is helping us?
Hello, everybody. Good evening.
Good evening.
How are you, FM?
I'm very fine. Good evening.
Okay. It's been ages, 20 years away, but I know you can't remember me, but it's okay.
Honestly, Femi, it's a pleasure seeing your face again.
Thank you very much. My little opinion, because all of us are learning every day. Purpose is the idea or the reason behind the creation of a thing. So somebody wakes up and designs a car or creates a car. So before he does that, he must have found out that people walks around and he wants something that can move people around from place to place. So the purpose of his creation will be to move people from one place to the other and a very comfortable way compared to what you have with the horses that precede it. So that is purpose for me. For destiny, the word destiny has been bastardized. Or okay, don't let me use the word bastardized, but destiny is something that you can't change. It's something that is somebody or some spiritual power or something gives to you, and they say you have to. Usually, they use it sometimes in the African context. They use it for life. They say is destined to live just for 50 years or for 10 years. In those days of black of low education, the children that dies of sickle cell that we call abiku in my part of Nigeria, they say they are destined to die, and you see that in some of their names, that the names they give the children, unknowingly to them that it was just something that is avoidable. So, but for me, what destiny means for me is that a way or situation and circumstances in which you fulfill your purpose. So, what do I mean by that? If the car is destined to take me from A to B, now the destiny of that car is either it drives on a third road, it drives on a muddy road, it drives on an icy road, and for each of those um, movements, there are things that can be done to hasten, even though an ordinary car can go through all the different routes. But you can enable it the more by changing the type of tires you use. The type of tire you use in a normal third road will be different from the one you use on an icy road, and also the one you use on a very rough road. So that's why even in cars, even the cars move us from one place to the other, they put different kind of things there so that they can achieve those. For example, a four-wheel drive car can take you further and better on off the road condition, while the normal two-wheel drive cars will give you a better one on the third road. So that is my own. I said my own opinion. I'm not an expert, but that is my own opinion of what destiny and purpose mean. They are interwoven, and that's why, like you said, a lot of that people we change them. We put one interchangeably. So that's my opinion. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Femi, for that explanation and this definitions. And you are absolutely right. You have also mentioned the fact that some people believe that some things are outside our control and there's nothing we can do about that. And something happened to somebody, they say, well, that's your destiny. And you've also defined purpose very clearly, that it is something you have in mind when you are taking a particular action. And then something else that is very popular with purpose and destiny is some people believe that purpose and destiny can be destroyed. And that's a very serious perspective that I would like us to, if there's anything we'll accomplish today, please can you mute your mic if your background is very noisy. Please mute your mic if your background is very noisy, please. So we also want to resolve the matter of destiny destruction, destiny enhancers, destiny promoters, and all those slogans around destiny. So the other thing I want us to discuss now is, can destiny or purpose be destroyed by another person? Let's say, please, the background noise from a participant is too high. Please, can you help us mute your background noise, your audio? We hear people say we have destiny enhancers. We have people who say somebody can destroy purpose or destiny. Can purpose or destiny be destroyed? Can somebody else, let's say Mr. A, there's Mr. B somewhere trying to stop Mr. B from achieving his purpose or his destiny? Can purpose and destiny be destroyed? Before we begin the discussion in earnest, who is going to help us?
Look at for this time. Supported by Ericsson, also back in front. Being the last match against Young, being pushed forward midfield. You'll see him going up and down the flank. Set forward.
Hello.
I'm with you.
Can we all hear me? I'm sorry, I don't want to dominate the discussion. I want everybody to talk, but I just want to quickly add my voice to that question. In my own opinion and what I believe, purpose cannot be destroyed. Purpose cannot be cannot be enhanced. Okay, maybe when I give my reasons, I can sometimes I get lost in using words. What I mean is the purpose of the car is to move from part A to part B. Then whether that car is now battered, he went with the driver was very rough, and it crashed the car, and at the end of the day, that car cannot move from one point to the other. We can say the purpose of that car has been defeated because it can't move from one point to the other. But if somebody else who has the technical know-how, who has the resources, who has the information, knowledge, pick up that same car. I think we have a show that's being viewed on television regularly where they pick scrap cars and they turn them to A-class cars. They look like a Ferrari, they change them, make them like a makeover. So I want to put that directly on human beings. On us human beings, can purpose be destroyed? Personally, I will say no. But the challenge we have is that choices will determine whether we fulfill our purpose as individuals. If we make the wrong choices, then the wrong choices can lead us to that point of not achieving that particular purpose. But somebody else, one way or the other, somebody else will achieve it. A very good example is the Bright brothers, who at the end of the day make the plane to fly. From my reading, I learned that a lot of people has worked on the plane, but they were not able to make the plane fly. But when the Wright brothers took up the wreckage of what they have done, and finally they succeeded. So can we say that the purpose of flying a plane was not achieved by the early guys? Yes, they couldn't fly the plane, they couldn't make it fly, but they worked on it, and because of their choices at that point, they are tired and they left the idea. But somebody else picked the same project from where they left and he take it up and he succeeded. So that somebody somewhere can sit down and destroy somebody else's purpose, I think I would differ from that. That is not possible. But if the person who owns the purpose make wrong choices, because life is all about choices. So if you make wrong choices that will not make him to fulfill that purpose, then it can fail in fulfilling that purpose. And I think what happened is in this our area, in African culture, we had some of these weird beliefs, and all those our beliefs are the things that affect us. An average European will look at things and take adventure, risk his life to get something, even though if he did not finally achieve it 100%. He leaves it and somebody else will take it over and move on. But in Africa, when you try something and it's not working, everybody will tell you it's not your destiny, it's your, they will, everybody put you down, even the little you've done, instead for somebody else to pick it up and continue. Nobody. Look at Mary and Pierre Curie, those that designed that detected radioactive element. They died of radioactive. They actually died by the radioactive compound. But has that thing being made of good use now? Yes. But I can tell you, if that is in Africa, they will tell you that it's one Shango or one demon in those radioactive that killed them. So everybody will leave it there, and that thing will end there. So I think in our culture, we need to work against those mindsets and those beliefs. We need to get to the point where we can, as Nigeria, not be able to supply electricity for the last 60 years. Is it that is our destiny or is our purpose that we cannot achieve 24-hour electricity in Nigeria? No, it's because of our decisions. Some people have decided that they want this country to be as black as dark because they are reaping they are making some money from it.
Okay.
And all of us are sitting down and we are looking. So thank you very much for this.
Thank you,
I want to
Femi.
hear
You
other
have,
people's opinion about this also.
you have spoken very well. You have spoken extensively very well. Purpose and destiny cannot be destroyed by another person. Our choices has a lot of influence. So at this juncture, I would like to share my screen. But if anybody wants to still talk, please feel free to do so. I would like to share my screen and share a little thoughts with what I have put down briefly. Now, the few definitions that I have seen from dictionary.com define purpose as the reason for which anything is done, the reason for which anything is created, or the reason for which anything exists. So the reason, the intention behind any activity, any creation, or any existence is purpose. It also says that purpose is a fixed design, a fixed outcome, or a fixed idea that is the object of an action or other effort, or is also a fixed intention in doing something. So the mindset behind every action is purpose. That thing that makes you do something, that benefit, that enjoyment, that pleasure you are looking forward to that makes you take a particular action could be termed as purpose. These are the definitions that I've seen. So any reason, anything that answers the question why is a purpose, speaks about purpose. While destiny, on the other hand, is a predetermined course of events, often held by irresistible power or agency. That's the definition of Webster. And then destiny is also an unmovable predetermined decree that like causes must produce like effect. So on one hand, like Femi has said, purpose is based on your choice, what you decide to do based on a particular reason. While destiny is an already fixed decree that shows consequences for that particular action or that particular event. Now, if you say you want to do this, for you to do that, there are consequences. So while purpose allows you make your choice freely, destiny is telling you for every choice you make, there are consequences. So before you make that choice, before you take that step, destiny says there are outcomes, there are impacts, there will be experiences that you will feel. And so you can see that if you are the one to make the choice, the best that somebody can do to you is to influence that choice. But nobody can really take that choice for you. And nobody will suffer the consequences for you taking that step. But people can influence you, your environment can influence that your choice, situation can influence that your choice, economy, politics, like COVID-19 now, can influence the choice that you make. But can they make that choice for you? No, you are still the one to make the choice. Finally, you are the one to make the choice, but you have so many influencers around you. And destiny is saying that once you make your choice, you are no longer responsible or in charge of the consequences. The consequences are in the power of another being greater than you. So that's the simplest definition between purpose and destiny. Now, when we want to understand the purpose, is that purpose pre-exists the product or the idea or the thing. That means before the thing exists, the purpose had existed before it. For example, before you see any car on the road, the reason for that car to exist had already been in the mind of the manufacturer before that car is brought into existence. The product does not exist before they determine its purpose. Everything you see physically came into being because its reason for existence has already been predetermined by something else. Now, that reason is exclusively in the mind of the manufacturer or the creator. So the purpose of a thing is not really in that thing. The real purpose exists in the mind of the producer. So for every action, the purpose for that action is not in the action, is embedded in the mind of the person taking the action. So the purpose of everything is not in the thing, but in the mind of the person behind that existence, behind that action. And the third thing to know about purpose is that the product, if you want to know why it exists, must go back to the manual that produces it. And luckily for us, for every product, whether it's a phone, a laptop, a car, whatever it is, the manufacturer always attaches the manual to that product so that whoever wants to use that product will understand why that product exists. So that that manual will serve like a guide. If you want to enjoy this product, this is how to use it. So the manual specifies how that product was designed to function and how that product should be used. And then the manual will also contain cautions. Please don't put this product in this location. Don't allow this product go to this place or that place. For instance, they will tell you, don't put your phone inside water. If you put it inside water, it will malfunction. Also in the manual, you have what we call warranty. They will tell you if this product malfunctions, if you use it well and it still malfunctions, please bring it back, we'll change it for you. So the manufacturer gives his own assurance and then put his own integrity on the line that I have made this product to function like this. This product can function well if you use it like this. So the concept of purpose, number one, it pre-exists the product. For us as human beings, that means that before we came into this world, the reason why we were born pre-existed our coming. We didn't find our purpose when we were born. Our purpose while we were born pre-existed our existence, our coming into this world. And you see, that reason is in the mind of God. And the only way, the manual, the best manual I have found that anybody can go to and find the reason for his existence is nature. If you want to know why everything exists, just watch nature. Just look at nature. Nature is the best manual anybody can use to understand why we exist. Because the objective of nature is harmony. Everything in nature works together and collectively to maintain perfect harmony in nature. And then the only law that I could find in nature is love. There is no other law in nature apart from love. So from nature, we could see that the reason why we exist is for the benefit of other people. And the only law that will help us to fulfill that is love. These two things, anybody who abides by these two things can never lose or fail to fulfill his purpose. And the guarantee of destiny is if we love one another, the world will be the best place we've ever found. And if we go contrary to it, we will create a system that is most miserable for any human being. In fact, we will self-extinct ourselves. Like I used to tell people that if we love one another with genuine love for just 6 months, 75% of the world's trouble will vanish away immediately within just 6 months. But people will never practice it. So we'll continue to have a dysfunctional society. The society we have now is what we create because of our own decision not to love one another. So all our plans, goals, desires, aspirations, vision, mission, strategy, and action supposed to align with just these two things: to love one another and to seek the good of everyone, to create harmony among ourselves. So purpose is, number one, in the mind of the creator. Number two, can be found in nature. Nature is the best manual I can recommend to anybody in this platform to go and check why you were born. Just watch nature, you will know. The only law nature knows is love. Now for destiny, destiny is not any other thing than impersonal and intelligent universal laws and principles. Destiny doesn't know anybody. Destiny says for you to move from point A to point B, for you to move, which is what everybody wants in life. Everybody wants to know how he can move from where he or she is to the next place where he or she wants to be. So destiny is saying that for you to make that movement successfully, there are laws you must abide by. And these laws are intelligent, but they're impersonal. They don't care who you are. They don't care where you come from, but they are just there to ensure that every action has a reaction, every cause has an effect, everything you do has consequences. So destiny is saying, if you love, these are the consequences. If you are kind, these are the consequences. If you hate people, these are the consequences. And it simply doesn't care. It's totally impersonal, but it's very intelligent. One day I was just asking myself, if the law of cause and effect is true, how does the law know me that this is what I do to give me the very exact effects or consequences of what I have done? I will not carry my own reward and give to another person. It is because the law is very intelligent and knows every individual, but does not care. One good example to describe destiny is just like using farmers. You see, the soil doesn't care what you plant in it, but whatever you plant in it, it will grow it for you. If you plant yam, it will grow yam. If you plant cassava, it will grow cassava. If you plant wheat, it will grow wheat because it simply doesn't care. It only responds to your own choice. That's destiny. And destiny also explains the concept of fate. There's this statement, que sera, sera. What will be, will be. Those boundaries are there. There are things that are beyond us. For instance, you cannot add anything to the universe. You cannot subtract anything from the universe. It's fixed. You cannot make the sun to rise. You cannot make it to set. Those ones are beyond you. The event will happen whether you contribute to it or not. Now, when it comes to your life, you are only in charge of your choices. You cannot control the consequences. So, que sera, sera means there are boundaries that have been fixed that you have no control over. Those things will happen whether you do anything or not. Now, but when it comes to, it also explains the concept of choice. Because every human being is entitled to his beliefs, is entitled to his thoughts, is entitled to his feelings, is entitled to your action. You have the right to feel bad, you have the right to feel good. You have the right to think well, you have the right to think evil. You have the right to believe what is true, you have the right to believe what is wrong or what is false. But destiny is saying, once you make the choice to believe what is wrong, you cannot change the consequences. The consequences is fixed. The consequences fall under fate, but for that fate to come to be, for that reaction to come to be, you have a choice to make. So destiny create the balance between universal laws and your own decisions. And the declaration is that we are 100% responsible for the ultimate outcome in our life. We believe, nature executes. You think, nature gives it to you. Like, the Bible says, ask, you receive. So whatever you ask for, nature gives you. Whatever you seek, you find. Whenever you knock, it opens. So if you are seeking what is good, you will find what is good. If you are seeking what is bad, you will find what is bad. So you do, nature executes. Destiny's role is to execute the consequences of your choice. Now, can purpose and destiny be destroyed? From what we have discussed now, it is impossible. It is you who did it. It is you who is experiencing it. Now, if you don't like the way your life goes, it's also in your power to change it. Destiny has given you the assurance that if you change your life will go well. If not, it will go the way it is going. The choice is your own. So the difference between destiny and purpose is that purpose is the reason a thing exists. Destiny is a destination of the thing based on the freedom of choice. Purpose deals with the questions of why and what the thing was made to do, why the thing existed, what the thing was there for, while destiny deals with the questions how. How do you move from one place to the other? Purpose deals with individuals. Everybody has a reason for existence. No two people have the same purpose. No two individuals have the same purpose for existence. That's why you cannot compete with anybody successfully. Somebody could be in this world to ask a question he cannot answer. That's why he existed. Another person was born to come and give an answer to that question. Like Femi talked about people who tried to build an aircraft and they never succeeded. That's why they came, to start the process. Those who completed the process also came to do that. So find your own and do it. It's individual. The talent you have been given, the ability you have been given, the gift you have been given is because of why you were born and what you are here to do. Destiny is, on the other hand, is general for everybody. You sow, you reap. Doesn't have any specific. It's no respecter of person. It's not according to religion or tribe or ethnicity or class. No. Coronavirus have shown us that there's nothing like class. Human beings are human beings. You live carelessly, coronavirus comes. You live well, coronavirus never comes. That's the point of destiny. Is generic. Purpose is individual. Destiny is generic. There are only two ways you can find purpose. The simplest is while you are doing your job, something that gives you that deep, long-lasting fulfillment. Then you know you found your purpose. I have to rush because this is not supposed to be a training, it's supposed to be a discussion. I'm just giving the ground for us to discuss. There are only two laws of destiny that I have found. There are so many of them, but they all come from this. The first one is, as above, so within, so below, as within, so without. Your life outside is exactly a picture of your life inside. And the other one is the law of use, which says, whatever you have and you don't use, you will lose. If you have a knowledge and you're not using it, you will lose it. Sometimes we call that brain drain, whatever name they call it, but that's a law of destiny. If you don't use what you have, you must lose it. It's a law. And those who have will be given more. Those who don't have, even the one they have will be taken away from them. That's the law of destiny. It's no respecter of persons. You want more, give more. You want more, do more. If you want more, learn more. Those who need more knowledge must gather more knowledge. And those who have little knowledge and they don't use the one that they have, they will lose it. One way to lose knowledge is to forget what you have known. So use or lose is nature's law. And you can fulfill destiny by applying the laws to every aspect of your life and walk. So nature, our God, has deployed us into the world. What we do with our lives between life and death, between when we're born and then when we die, is exclusively in our hands. So while purpose is specific to you, destiny is generic. Nobody can destroy your purpose because it is embedded in the mind of the creator. Even the example Femi gave, that car can never do can never farm. A car can never farm no matter what you do to it. But the car can refuse to work. If the car refuses to work, has the purpose been destroyed? No. Because the day that car is fixed, the car resumes the reason why it existed. It has been designed, it has been designed. There's nothing else the car can do. The car must only find out its usefulness by moving people from one point to the other. The day the car tries to farm like a hoe, it will become useless and people will discard it for its uselessness. So the best thing you can do for yourself is find why you were born and then stay there. Okay, I have talked a lot about purpose and destiny. At this juncture, I would like us to take questions, contributions, and just see what we can do. Ask your question. If you can't ask, please type it on the chat room. And there's a form on the chat room too. Please kindly go to the chat room. Help us fill out those forms. It will help us in subsequent editions of this kind of programs. All right, the floor is open for questions and contributions based on what I have said.
Thank you very, very much. I really appreciate this session. You've, like I said, my opinions has expanded. I really appreciate the conclusion, those laws, the laws of cause and effect, and the laws of use. Yeah, it's something that I know, but again, I still make it more important and what I need to do. My own request is a request. Can the slide be shared? If yes, but if it's not, no problem. I will appreciate. I would have loved to go over those slides again.
Okay.
Some of those, as short as it is, it's loaded. Thank you very much, Effiong.
You're welcome. Thank you. Yeah, please. This meeting is not between me and Femi. I would like to hear from every other person. Please say something. Jumobi, say something. I can see Tosma Sakaite, please say something. Nebere, Sim Creations, please say something. I can see Techno, come on. Imabong, I can see Epowan, please say something. Express your own view. That's why this program was held. It was not for me to come and tell you everything I know. Say something, share your own opinion about purpose and destiny, because these are the central thing about our lives. He who knows purpose and understands destiny will always succeed. Nothing in the entire universe can stop you. But you need to understand it well as it is. So please, let's hear your own opinion on it. The floor is open.
Yeah, thank you very much for distinguishing between destiny and purpose. But if we look back, the law of cause and effect, is it really left or is destiny? It's a philosophical question in the sense that, okay, cause, I might intend to do something, then the effect might not necessarily be mine because there was an interference with my purpose or my destiny, whichever way you want to look at it. So I'm just trying to say that the law of cause and effect might not be as simple as it sounds. Yes, I know there's a law, but there are other factors that maybe can influence what the effect will be. Just or if we just use the simplest analogy, like farming, my purpose is to I intend to basically grow 1 hectare of maize. I do everything. I do all I need to do on my own part. Then there's a flood, or there are animals that rampage on it, and I don't get to actually reap all of the, or harvest all of the maize So where's the law of cause and effect there? Just to better my understanding, I'm just trying to talk about interferences from between the cause and the effect that is beyond the person that started the whole process.
Okay, thank you so much, Jumobi, for the question. Yeah, that's basically what people used to ask. You know, the law of cause and effect is very, very simple. It says, if you plant cassava, you reap cassava. That's just the law of cause and effect when it comes to farming. If you plant cassava, you reap cassava. Now, the volume of cassava that you now harvest depends on so many other things, like you have said. The law of cause and effect holds true for that one too. If you want more cassava, there are things you must do. But the law says, plant this, you get this. Now, how that affects us as human beings is this. Thoughts are like seeds. If you want love, plant love. If you want hatred, plant hatred. If you want peace, plant peace. If you want whatever you want to see in your life, just plant it in your mind and you will see it. And you can never make people happy and be sad. And you can never make people sad and be happy. You can feign it, but inwardly, you can never make people sad and be happy. Once you hate somebody and you see that person, your whole system will never be the same. So that's the law of cause and effect. Hatred begets hatred. Love begat love. So if you want more love, you love more people. For the farming, the law says plant cassava, harvest cassava, period. Don't plant it, you won't harvest it. Now, there are circumstances beyond your control, like we say here, you know, that is very practical. You know, the flood could come, there could be a tsunami, there could be, you know, cows entering the farm and eating up everything. Yes, those ones are there. But does it negate the law of cause and effect? No. Those laws came, but because you didn't understand how to prevent it from affecting you, they did. If you knew how to stop the cow and you did stop them, they will never enter the farm. If you know how to stop the tsunami or protect your crop from the tsunami, will they come to your farm? No. But should you blame yourself because you don't know? No. So the next time you want to farm, you take those things into consideration. Last time I farmed, and this is what happened. So how can I prevent it? So negative situations are to help us learn and correct it, stop it from happening the next time. But when it comes to human beings, because our own situations are slightly different, what you sow in your mind may take time, like the normal planting, to come into being. But will it come? Yes. Sometimes you do, and it looks as if it will never come. You may feel discouraged. You don't need to feel discouraged. All you need to do is go back and see if there is anything you've not done well. Maybe there's one of the processes. You know, we're not talking about processes of moving from one place to another here. We're just talking about the simple definition of destiny and purpose. There could be a process you missed. There could be a knowledge you don't have. There could be something you didn't add or something you needed to subtract that you didn't subtract that causes those changes, those hindrances from you. But the truth is that without any encumbrances, if you plant well, you know, give it enough sunlight, enough water, enough environment, the manure is good, everything is good, you will always harvest much more than you planted, all things being equal. So there are other influences around, you know, that could stop you from really harvesting. But the truth is that if you do what is right, you follow the situation, the process that is right, you will always get the result that is right. And if you do something wrong and you follow the wrong process, you will never get what is right. It is a law. So that's a law of cause and effect. But you have other influences around that could stop you from achieving it. It could be something you don't know based on your ignorance or the process you didn't follow right. So instead of being discouraged, just find out how to do it better next time. Okay, someone is asking, some people put lots of effort into what they do, and it could be very annoying when they tell how much they have done without moving or achieving their purpose. What do you advise they should do? Okay, this is a very typical life experiences. You know, some people have done everything they need to do, but they seem not to get the reaction, the outcome that they're expecting. Now, could there be something responsible for this? Yes. I've seen it in my own life. And I'll use my own personal example. There was a time that if I have 15,000 naira in my account, my whole system will be changed. And I read a book that says that the limit you have set for yourself is 15,000. That's why you are feeling that way. And sometimes if you get money above your limit, you just discover that you are spending it unnecessarily until it gets to your own level. Then you start being frugal. Now, there is what we call a thought pattern of the person. If what you believe is poverty, you will never get rich. No matter how hard you try, no matter how hard you try, you will never succeed. You will never get rich. Now, if you develop the mindset of wealth, you will not be poor. One way or the other, something will happen. What destroys people's effort is they are working with their hands with what they don't believe with their heart. If you don't believe that you will succeed, go to 9 out of 10 people in Nigeria, for example, if you want to try it, ask them, how do you see Nigeria? 9 out of 10, or let me just be conservative, 6 out of 10 will tell you that this country is useless. Now, you cannot say the country you are living in is useless and expect something good out of it. Similarly, there are some people that have even extended it to their own lives. They feel they are useless. How can you feel that you are useless and you expect something good to come out of your life? It will never come out. If you want something good in your life, you must first of all, believe that something good is already in your life. You know, the law of destiny says, as it is within, so it is without. What you are seeing outside is exactly what you have inside. So if you want to change what is outside, first of all, you must change what is inside. It's not like somebody who is trying to change something on the screen when the projector is the one bringing them out. That can never work. If you want to change what you are seeing on the screen, change what is coming out from the projector. So for you to get rich, first of all, the image you have about yourself inside must be that of wealth. Otherwise, what you will see outside will not be that of wealth. Because the law of destiny says, as you have it within, so you have it without. This is a law, it's a principle. So for this person who is doing so much and is getting so little, my advice to him is, let him stop first and try to change his mental picture of himself or herself. Let him or her see himself as being rich, as being wealthy, as being lovable, as being kind, as being around people. People love him or her, people cherish him or her, people appreciate him or her, and let the person stop believing in negative things. Because the law simply says, what you have inside you means your thoughts, your picture, your images, your beliefs, your attitude, your emotions. You cannot feel sad inside and be smiling outside. It is impossible. If you want to smile outside, first of all, smile inside, and the smile will automatically reflect outside. So first of all, form the picture inside, and then the picture outside will take care of itself. I think I have tried to answer that. Does somebody else have something to say, to add, to subtract? We have very limited time to go. Thank you very much, Sim Creation. You say I'm doing very well. Oh, interesting. Thank you. Please, questions, answers. Imabong, do you have anything to say? I'm seeing someone take note. Do you have anything to say? Ekaite, do you have anything to say? Any question, any contribution? There is a form on the chat box. Please help us fill that form. It will go a long way in helping us to know how well we've done. So number one, purpose is your own. Nobody knows why you are here. Nobody knows why you are here. So stop going to see us. Tell me about my future. Nobody knows why you are here. Nobody knows. It's only you and your God that knows why you are here. And because it's only you and God that knows, there's no point trying to compete with anybody. So nobody can destroy it. Before they can destroy your purpose, they must first of all go to the mind of the Creator to destroy it in his mind before they can destroy it down here. Because as it is above, so it is below, is a law. Number two, destiny cannot also be destroyed. You can't destroy the law of nature. You can't touch the law of gravity. You must obey it. It doesn't understand you. You know, I used to tell people that the law of gravity does not understand mistake. You know, you can't climb a 10-story building and tell the Lord that, look, I'm just testing. You know, this one is testing. And you jump down on that testing. Well, the Lord doesn't understand testing, does not understand joke. All it responds to is the picture it sees in your mind, is the belief it sees in your mind. That is what destiny responds to. Destiny deals with laws. Purpose deals with reasons. Why and what. What are you supposed to do? Are you doing it? That's purpose. Destiny means how, the steps you need to move from one place to another. And it says, so long as you use those steps, you will always arrive at your destination. For example, if you follow the right route from one point to another, let's say from Maitama to Garki, you will always arrive there. And if you are going towards National Hospital and you take the route going to Maraba and Kefi, you will never arrive at National Hospital. So destiny says, follow the right law, follow the right principle, you'll get the right result. And purpose says, know why you were born, live for it for the rest of your life. And then you will be happy that you were born. Okay, that's a summary of the things we have learned so far today with respect to purpose and destiny. And I'm glad that we all came. For the last time, does anybody has questions or answers? Or maybe I should open the floor again for Femi to talk. Any question, any answer, any objection, anything to say? And I want to gladly say, believe that after this short discussion, nobody will say my destiny is being hindered. Nobody can hinder your destiny. Nobody can hinder your purpose. It is you. Purpose can be ignored by the person. Purpose can be abandoned. You can abandon your purpose and be dealing with somebody else's purpose. You know, we have that tendency in Nigeria. One person starts selling provisions in a particular area. Before you say Jack Robinson, everybody in that area is selling provisions. Uber came. People who don't have any business with Uber started doing Uber. One thing is that we are very good in copying. We copy so much. We just copy. Whether it is what we were supposed to do or not, we just copy. And please don't do that. Don't do that. Find out what brings you that deep fulfillment. It could be helping in an NGO. It could be just sending one. You know, I learned that 1,000 naira could send a child to primary school. It could just be working somewhere and just giving 1,000 naira to an organization that is sponsoring children who cannot go to school. That could be why you were born. So stop copying people. You know, we've classified everything in money. Everything is money. Whatever is not related to money is useless. That's not true. That's not true. So please, let's do what gives us that deep fulfillment. You know, today the world remember people like Nelson Mandela and Mother Teresa, not because of money, but because they were able to impact their generation. They left a legacy. Your own could be to leave any kind of legacy you need to leave. So just focus on it. One way to know whether you're in your purpose or not is, do you have that deep inner fulfillment in what you are doing? If not, there's a way you can transit. There are 3 or 4 ways you can use to transit from where you are to your real purpose. And I want to commend everybody for attending. I'm sure you've learned 1 or 2 things by coming. Thank you. We look forward to having you in our next meeting. And if you would like to know more about Center for Character and Leadership Development, please feel free to contact us, and we will be glad to respond to any question or clarification that you need. Thank you so much for attending. Okay, so you can unmute yourself now, your video and your audio, and then greet yourself if you know someone on the platform. The meeting has literally come to an end.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. You're welcome. This meeting is recorded. If you would like to have a record, I won't give it to you free. You have to pay something, maybe as small as 1,000, I don't know, or 2,000. No, so if you would like to listen to it on your own, the course fee is just 2,000 naira. I think it's not too much with it.
Okay.